Welcome back, Shop Rats. Today we're just going to spend some time together and I'm going to take you along on kind of what a typical day is for me as I'm working in the shop on the various projects. Hope you find this interesting. Let's just watch the show intro. We'll see you in about 30 seconds. I'm Mike. This is My Car's Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
So one of the first things we want to do on the Charger is see if we can get rid of this short throw shifter and see if I have a shifter handle that comes back further like this. That will work, and make this thing is so short, and it's got the short throw rods also, or the short throw levers on the transmission. It's really hard to find the gears, and if we had a lever that was a bit longer it would be a lot easier. So let's pull this boot off of here and this knob off of here and see what we got. Well, golly gee Wally, there we go. We don't know if this has the 2-bolt shifter or the spring clip style. Joe thinks it's the 2-bolt. He's probably right because he's the one that put it together. And I have both of those types of shifter. Shifters. Anyway, whatever they're called. So we'll see. We shouldn't need to take the whole shifter out. All we should have to do is hopefully we can do it from right here. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to. And it is the 2-bolt type, so that's very good. I think I have a 2-bolt shifter. Well, I know I do. Besides my pistol grip, which I love you, son, but I'm not giving you the pistol grip in this car. You got to wait till you own the Challenger to get that. Well, I looked around and I have 3 or 4 shifter handles here. One that we're going to need for the Duster, so I'm leaving that one alone. That's on a 4-speed upstairs, actually out of a B body. But So yeah, this is the one out of the Challenger. This one would be great because it's got the nice swoop back and so forth. It's for, you know, that type of car. But this is the clip style. Now I could modify this to work, but I think we're going to give this one a shot here. This one has a little sweep to it. It's quite a bit longer. The other one's only about this tall in there, and I'll show you that in a minute. But we got the brass from an old shifter knob. The brass is stuck on there, so we got to get that. And then I want to get this polished up and cleaned up. So let's take you through that process. I don't have my good polishing stuff yet. Money's just been tight, and I haven't been able to make that happen. But it will be happening soon. But we'll do this one the old-fashioned way here and get her spit shine before we put it in the car. I think somebody put some Loctite on there. She's coming. Because the other thing we need to do is make sure that that shift knob that will fit that, which it should, but we got to verify that. Oh, good Lord, is it 12 miles long? There we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit that with some super clean wheel cleaner and just let it do its job chemically before we start really having to bump and grind it. Stuff works pretty good. Okay, that's been soaking for a little bit. Now I'll just take some double lot steel wool and go over it. Not pressing too hard, just a little. Okay, let's do the other side. Lather, rinse, and repeat, literally. It's already been soaking a little bit because it splashed down from the top, so just freshen it up a little bit. And this side isn't just rusty anyway, so. I don't think it needs much more than that. Get some polish to put on it just to take the haze out of it. I use this a lot for cleaning stuff. It's for mags and for aluminum, but it also works on chrome and stainless and stuff. As it says, it's perfect for all your metals. So there you go, Daddy. It's good for all the metals, especially the shiny metals. You're probably going to need that on the your dart, the crew cab. Let that kind of soak in. Got a big bag of polishing cloths over there for the show cars and stuff. It's got a little haze on it, but I'm not going to worry about that. I think it'll be all right. We can always take it off again later once we get our machine buffer, but I also don't want to go through the chrome on it, and I've done that before. And it's actually looking like this chrome might be a little thin, so I think we'll call it good there. She's got all the sparkles. Okay, very good. Let's get you over here so you can see what we got up close and personal. Look at all the shinage. It'll work. Like I said, it's got a little haze to it, but I'm concerned if we got too carried away, we could burn the chrome off. Like I've done that before with the machine, so I think we'll leave it at that. It's a vintage car after all. Okay, let's take you over to the car and let you see what it looks like compared to the other one. So you can see how straight that one is. Let's back you up here. Okay, there we go. And that one's going to be like that. So that's going to be a lot nicer. I think that's actually going to be a nice shifter for that. So you can kind of see the difference there. And that's going to be a lot easier. It'd be nice if it was a bit longer, but I don't have one. We can always pick one up later. It's not a hard job. And we got a ways to go, obviously, before we're putting an interior in this. So, yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's get these bolts out. Oh, yeah, nice. Not bad. Should have a ratchet, but I don't. So we will entertain you with some gratuitous YouTube rock and roll. Okay, so she's out. Now we're glomming up our fresh shiny chrome, but we're getting this one put in there. There we go, pretty good. Get a bolt or three. Wheel. All right, we'll get the bottom bolt in, and then we'll get them snugged up and get her back together again, see how she works. Maybe. Well, my dad always told me don't tighten everything down until you get all the bolts in. Do I ever listen to my dad? Apparently not. Okay, let's tighten them up and we'll be good to go. Probably should screw the knob on there. I didn't put the jam nut on there, but we'll leave it like this for now. Let's see how she shifts though. Much better. Reverse, first, second, third, fourth. I can find them much easier. I'm thinking the spring in this shifter might be a little bit, because you're supposed to press down for reverse, but it doesn't seem like it's popping up. So I'm going to spray a little bit of doobadobber down in there and down in the mechanism, because it's sticky. Let me show you. So when I push up and down on it to get over the reverse, it sticks down and doesn't come back up. That should return back up. I'm having to pull it up to get first gear right now. So that's part of our problem too. So we'll go get some doobadobber on that and work that up a little bit so that it pops back the way it's supposed to. Sorry for the shakiness there. I'm going to spray some brake clean in there first to just work out any gum that might be in there. And I'll take this back off so you can kind of not really be able to see anything, but it'll make me feel like you can. Okay. So yeah, she's real gummy. So if there's any old goose or grease or any of that stuff in there, give her a good hose down with that first. That is already making a big difference. It's almost returning on its own now. So now let's get some PV Blaster in there. We used up most of this on the 413 for the Golden Mullet. Just been hosing those cylinders down, so I guess I better buy some more. Probably could use not quite popping back on its own yet, but I think it will in time. I'm going to go ahead and soak her right down there and give her all the lubrications. that's certainly going to help the rest of the shifter as well. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. She comes out of reverse now. Pops right up. So that's doing it. So that'll give her some more. But that'll make a big difference. Okay. And it actually shifts easier now too. Way easier. More like it should. So that's good. 100%. It is so easy to find the gears now. So it's a combination of that little short shifter, and it just needed a good lube job. So cool. All right, let's get this boot back on there. Oh, we got to take that and clean it up. We can't leave that like that, can we? Let's go do a quick on that. Nothing too sexy or exciting, I know, but again, it's all about spending the day here in the shop. So I know a lot of you guys have said, man, I'd love to come and hang out with you for a day. Well, today I thought we would take that to a whole new level and just literally show you what that's like. And not everything is sexy and exciting like hand building unibody frame rails for a Challenger. Some of it's just stuff that's got to be done, and that's just the way it goes when you're in the when you build a project. You know, we do the one bite at a time philosophy, obviously. Look at how sexy that looks now. When you're doing the one bite at a time philosophy, that's what it takes. So I'm going to go grab some of the other Super Clean spray and give this a good hose down. It's a bit dry. We'll probably need to replace this at some point. I don't think I have a better one. 90% sure I don't. So we'll use this one for now. We'll get her cleaned up, lubed up, and we'll go from there. Make sure I got everything down in the cracks and grooves. Great stuff, and I'm really proud to be associated with these people. Okay, so probably a little brush of some kind, a soft toothbrush or whatever. We'll scrub that. Don't breathe that. We'll scrub that up a little bit, and we'll take it over to the garden hose and hose her off. I can't find a toothbrush out here, and Becky always says she doesn't mind if I use her stuff as long as I clean it up and put it back. So I'm going to go in the house and get her toothbrush. I'm sure she won't mind. I'll just clean it up good and put it back when I'm done. After just a little scrubbage, you can see how that Super Clean just ate everything off of it. So let's go give it a hose down, and I'll be right back. Much better. So let's get her dried up, and then we'll get some kind of rubber protectant on there, not Armor All, but something that will feed into it so it doesn't dry out worse. Should look sparkly and cool. So we got some Meguiar's. Hopefully it squirts. Okay, this stuff actually feeds it. The rubber, it's a UV protectant, so this should be good stuff. I did have some different Armor All stuff that's similar, but since I said I wasn't going to use Armor All, I decided not to. And oh yeah, I forgot a rag. Oh well, we'll use this one. So we'll just let that kind of, we'll just show you a trick here on how I do these rubber parts. I'm going to kind of wipe off some of this excess. I learned this when I was detailing cars way back in the day. I worked in a hot rod shop when I was in college. I was an engine builder. I did some body work and stuff, but mostly I was the assistant manager for the store and sold tons of speed parts and stuff. But I did a lot of engine building and stuff. But anyway, I really wasn't able to make a whole lot of money at the time doing that. And so I ended up quitting and going and working in a dealership. And one of the things that I did was run the recondition department for used cars and did all the new car prep and stuff. And I learned a couple tricks about using products like this and how to get them out of all the cracks and get everything cleaned up good. So what you do is you get your blowgun. Hold on, I gotta find it. Once you got things kind of wiped down, you just take your blowgun and blow all the excess off. I do this on dashboards, all kinds of stuff, especially in like air conditioning vents and stuff like that. Clean up our little spot here. There's a lot about this car that we've talked about over the years on the channel, but there's more we haven't. One of the things that this car was not a 4-speed car, and I believe the 70 Charger that I'll try to remember to stick an insert picture in here of that Joe bought for parts was a 4-speed, and that's where this 4-speed hump came from, was out of that car. Joe, you can correct me down there in the comments, but that's my recollection. So look at how sparkly that is now. Once that Meguiar's or whatever the heck that stuff is dries up a little bit, it'll melt right in, and it's going to look amazing. But I think she looks pretty good now as it is. Incredibly better. If it wasn't fighting against the weather right now, I might take it for a drive, but there's one other thing I need to look at on this car yet today, and since you're spending the day with me here in the shop, we're going to take a look at that next. So let's get it. Went to start it up and it wouldn't start. It has a dirty battery terminal, so I got that cleaned up now, hopefully. What the heck size is that? 10 millimeter? Must be. Really? No, 1/2 inch. Okay. Just got to snug her down a little bit. Okay, that should work. I don't want them too tight because I want to be able to get them off of there, but it needs a little snuggage to be able to start. So let's see if that works. Yes, I do not want to get out that door with this car. That's why I worked on it outside, but I got to have the floor for the next part of this. So when the cars are painted, even when they're not, but especially when they're painted as pretty as this one is, or the 47 or the 68 or even scoops, I'm always making sure that I have plenty of room for the door. I don't like things being that tight on that side, so we're good here. I think I can get under the car to do what we need to do next. The car doesn't have rear shocks on it, so it's pretty bouncy going down the road, and as a stick shift especially, that's a bit of a concern. So that's what I was afraid of. Wanted to get the shocks for it, but I wasn't sure that it had the hardware kit. Now, shocks used to come with a hardware kit, but these don't. So we have an issue here. I've got to crawl under the car and see if I have the hardware kit for these, and if I don't, we'll have to go get one. Today's actually Labor Day, so I don't know if anything's going to be open today or not, but we can call around and see, or maybe I've got something from another project here that we can rob them off of. But let's get the car jacked up, and really bummed. They used to come with a package with the nuts and the washers in them, and everything's gotten so cheap these days they don't include that stuff anymore. So hopefully we can figure this out here. I know I've got some spring plates, a couple sets of spring plates for stitches. I don't know if they have the shock. I feel like the shocks were there, so that would mean that those bolts and nuts, or those nuts for those, would probably be in the bolt bin over there somewhere, or there's a tote over here full of parts from stitches, or there's another tote over there, so we'll see. Just remember to point out here, hint hint, there are 5 aluminum legs this tall for a chassis table that I'm going to be building at some point in the next year or so for the Golden Mullet. Just a hint of the direction I'm going with that. Plant that away in your mind if you're paying attention. There might be a contest later asking that question. You never know. Well, as is typical of spending a day here in the shop, I was going to get these shocks on. I got under there. Need the upper bolt kit. I don't have one. Need the lower washers and nut. I don't have that. I dug all around. I know I have the ones off the Challenger, but I haven't been able to find them. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those coming. So we'll do the shocks another day, and that's the thing. This is real world, you know. This is we get something done. We're moving forward. We spend a lot of time getting that shifter in, and it works phenomenally. I can't say how happy I am with that. But I was really hoping to get these shocks on there today. We bought them quite a while ago, but it's just not working. There's no point in fighting it. I went upstairs. We have a charger area upstairs in the warehouse. Dug through everything there, couldn't find anything. Went over to the Challenger stuff, couldn't find it. I didn't dig through the totes down here. I might do that yet, but I'm running out of time for the day anyway. I dug through all the bolt bins and all the extra charger parts and all the extra Mopar bolts we've got, and nothing. So that's just the way it is. And I want to encourage you guys, this is the stuff I know you guys run into too. And it's typical, you know. So I know a lot of guys will say, man, I thought I was the only one. You're not. And it's just the way it goes. So let's call it a day on this one for today. We'll get this car out of here and get things closed back up, and we'll move on. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, why not? I mean, there's such cool stuff. We got the 69 Charger, the 26 Oakland, the 74 Scythe Duster, the 70 Stitches Challenger. We've got the 74 Swinger. We've got the 68 Pro Street Dark GTS. We've got the 73 Scoops Swinger. We've got the 67 Plymouth Golden Mullet, Plymouth Belvedere. We've got the 47 Ford over there. We've got a 88 Power Ram truck that we're doing. We got a lot of stuff, and I'm sure I forgot some. I've also got an 86 truck that I'm doing for a buddy of mine. So we always got something going on here in the shop, and there's a lot of variety, and we really try to, it's not so much a how-to channel, it's how I do things, and you can learn from that by saying I don't want to do it that way, or you can learn some alternative ways maybe you weren't aware of. All right, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and drop some comments down there. That'd be great. We're on the Face Thing /MyCarShop. Instant Grandma loves us. She gives us cookies and stuff. We're over on there too /MyCarShop. And the one thing that's really important around here that I never want anybody to ever forget. Wow!